Shalom, Israel. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, BASHAM, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who teach and rule well at Great Millstone, and peace and salutations and peace and mercy to the prophets, the hopeful elect, 144,000, and to the men and women of the 12 lost tribes of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Shalom. Back with another lesson. I'll title this one, The Last Days. The Last Days. Call Allah Yahawah BASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. Call Allah Yamla Allahayana wa Yahawah BASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. And we are in the last days. The Lord, in Revelations, it tells you the 7 angels. We are on the 6th angel. This is the 6th angel that we're in. We are in the latter end of this. And we see, starting with the Lord's chosen people, the 12 lost tribes of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. We see a good majority of our people, the behavior, the men, women, and children. But starting with the tribes, man, a good majority of our people, 2/3, the behavior is terrible. And even onto the other nations, the current state of the world, men's egos are, men have ego, and they're very proud. Can't tell them nothing. Then some of them are just sloppy and careless. Then you have the women. They go from man to man to man. The women, they back talk their husband. The husband can tell them, to do something, to go to the grocery store. They shake their head. No, you go. And they go so far to put the women putting their hands on the man. You say you love me. If you say you love me, demonstrate it through obedience. Quit running that mouth and do it. You say you love me and you want to be with, but demonstrate it by your actions. Do as I say. See, but the women, they're not going to do that. Starting with the tribe women, they're not going to do that. They want to go in the ways of the world. They want to tell the man what to do and to be above the man. And some of them, they don't even want. They don't need a man. But in this end time, you gonna need one, an elect man. If you got a man, you better hold on to him right now. A good, decent man, hold on to him, because it's going to get rough. You see the children of the world, there's no compassion. They're growing more and more wicked. You got children into everything. The perversion of the world. The children they're extremely disobedient to their parents right now. They're not listening. They're not listening to their parents. You try to tell them about this word, they're not listening. They don't care nothing about this. Let me go here. I don't want to make this too long, but this is all what's happening in the end. The world is waxing worse. People they're getting more and more wicked, more and more selfish. You see, they're starting with our people. They fell away from this word. 2/3 of them. And the other nations, they don't believe in this. They can care less about this Bible. It says 2 Timothy 3:1. 2 Timothy 3:1, and it reads, it says, this know also that in the last days, we're in the last days. It says, this know also that in the last days, perilous times shall come. You're going to see people get extremely more violent and less compassionate. You see, and more crime is coming. There's going to be so much crime coming. Perilous times. It says 2. It says, for men shall be lovers of their own selves. Men, they boast and brag about themselves, man. Their ego. Men, women, and children. They're the ego. It says, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful and unholy. That's going on right now, man. People don't care nothing about this book. They don't care nothing about this Bible, man. And then you can give your husband or a family member or your wife or your children, you can give somebody everything they possibly can, want, or give them, some gifts, a new, buy your children some new clothes or new shoes and, some new outfits and stuff like that. Take them to go get some dinner and a new PlayStation 4 or 5. I don't know what it is right now. And a couple other things, and children, and you tell them what to do, they're going to give you an attitude. It still ain't good enough. You can buy your wife a new car or something, and it still ain't good enough. Buy your husband something, or people have good, decent jobs. They're able to provide for their home, or, for their family, or they got a good, decent job, a good, decent car, or, able to travel or do a couple things, to kind of live life. And they're still not thankful. They're still not thankful, man. And they don't believe, a good majority of people of the earth don't believe in this word, man. They don't believe in this truth. They're unthankful, unholy. And the children are telling the parents what to do. See, this is what the Lord is saying. This is what's going on in this end time. You can have your child come into your own home and tell your child to sit down and be quiet, and your child is going to tell you, no, you shut up. In your own home. This is what's going on. Disobedient to parents, unthankful and unholy. 3, it says without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. And those that are good are trying to seek the Lord and trying to walk in his way, his ways, his law, statutes, and commandments, rehearsing the righteous acts. You see, they're trying to rehearse the righteous acts, the law, statutes, and commandments, man. You see, but this is not popular in the world, to try to walk in the ways and to be like who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. This is definitely not popular, especially in this end time. They look down upon you. You're not cool. See? So despisers of those that are good, man, trying to be righteous. Not trying to commit adultery, not trying to steal and lie and commit murder and, gang bang and, extort people and, all forms of wickedness. Trying to do right, to be righteous, man. To be holy. To tell the truth. To live with an honor and integrity and character. These things are just not, they're not, it's not good in the earth, man. It's not, these are not the top priorities. But this is the end. This is what the Lord is saying. It says, 4, traitors, heady, high-minded. You got some high-minded men, women, and children that are high-minded. You can't tell them nothing. They're not going to listen. They're not listening to this book. High-minded. You're too proud. You're too arrogant. Lovers of pleasure more than lovers of the Lord. Yeah. And this is, it's all about entertainment. I don't want to study that Bible. It's boring. That stuff was 4,000 years ago. This is what they say. I want to get to the club. I want to get to the concert. I'm trying to get to the football game. It's all right to do those, but to just do that 24/7 here in America, Babylon, it's party 24/7. Get drunk, get wasted, get wild, everything. People go to the club, get drunk, and come out, order all type of food, have food fights and fighting in the middle of the street, women twerking on cars, and kids think, they see that and they thinking it's cool. They go to school and they try to imitate the same thing the older people, the parents and stuff are doing. It's a mess, man. You got children going inside 15 to 30 teenagers going inside these gas stations and different businesses and going in there and taking everything and busting up the place and beating up the cashier. These are all things that's going on in the end time, man. You know, flash mobbing, going in these businesses, taking all type of merchandise. These are all things that's going on in the end, man. It's okay to have a little, entertainment, watch a football game and eat some food, and or take your family out to dinner, or go watch a movie, or even go to a concert or to a club if you want to, man. But to just do that 24/7, it's just, you're going off. This is what the Lord is saying. The lovers of pleasure. It says 5, it says having a form of godliness, but denying the powers thereof, from such turn away. Right. It says having a form of godliness, but denying the powers thereof, from such turn away. Right. You have people, these so-called religious leaders, they dress up and they think, or they pretend they're wolves in sheep's clothing. They go to church on Sunday, the Christians, the Catholics, these different religious leaders, and on Sunday they do good. They're dressed up to be holy, and then for the rest of the week they do wickedness, committing all adultery and robbing the congregation and stealing and lying. This is what's going on in the end, man. Tricking people, lying, a form of godliness. See? Let me go here. Luke 21 and 25. I'll close out with this. Luke 21 and 25. It says, and there shall be signs in the sun, and there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations. See, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. So we see there's signs in the sun. We just seen the ring of fire, these eclipse. We got what the world is calling UFOs. But those are angels in those vehicles, the chariots. They're coming closer. All these strange lights that's coming out of the sky and in the heavens, different cloud shapes and things like that, and shooting stars and comets and asteroids, and a huge piece of the sun broke off in the earth, in the heavens, man, in the space. And NASA was reporting that. I mean, you have all type of different things that's going on in the heavens right now, man. You have rivers and lakes and stuff. Some of these rivers and lakes are the water is turning different colors. Over there in Iceland, they're having volcanic activities, the ground breaking up. Here in Northern California, they just had another earthquake. Over there in Afghanistan, the Dominican Republic had a big flood. These are all things that's coming down the road, man. Natural disasters and strange signs, strange creatures, and the people are just going to wax worse in this end time. So, these are the last days, man. The Lord said, pray and watch. You have to pray and watch, and call on that name, because this is the end that we're in. This is the end. These are all the signs that the Lord said to look for. There's going to be, as we get closer to his return, there's going to be more and more strange sightings, and people are going to wax worse. The evilness is growing in the earth, and war is coming, man. War is coming. Shalom.